You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see when your stars have burnt out.
Hello Lamfam. So, I'm not here to greet you guys. It's just a voiceover. I've been feeling sick since Sunday. I started developing a fever, which then in turn developed into a full-blown flu. Not feeling the greatest. So it's also a shorter video today because I haven't had much time for editing. I hope you do enjoy this video though. It's not the happiest video, but I do think it's a really important one. Thank you so much for watching. Also, thank you so much for subscribing. I saw that I reached 24.1k subscribers, so thank you so much, and let's get into this video. Hey Lamfam, so it has been 2 days since I filmed, and right now I'm making some lunch. This is one slice of bread with some egg salad, and then right here I have a sandwich with some lunch meat and some cucumber and some tomato. And I am not feeling the greatest. Also, like, the medication was here because every Sunday I refill my medicine thingies. I'm also not looking the greatest. I also just walk the dogs. Like I said, I'm not feeling the greatest. So what happened was I was at Stefan's place. I had therapy, then I walked my dogs. And then after that, we were planning on eating together, watching a movie. And then I was planning on going home. The day before I went there, we sat for like 10 or 15 minutes, like really long. We were both a little bit irritated, but I was like, I really want to plan out what we're having for dinner, because if we want to have something that we need ingredients for, I have to pick them up at the store, and I just want to know, especially with food, it's very important, especially also when I'm not eating at home, just alone, I have to plan out what I'm eating. And I hope that's not something that I will have to do in the future, like forever, but maybe I do. I don't know yet. And so we planned out what we were going to eat, but then we were there and I helped Stefan with some things, and the both of us were pretty tired. And then Stefan suggested, like, maybe we can just order in for the night. I was debating about that because we already planned out what we were going to eat. And those are things like, it might have to do with autism, it might have to do with the remainders of the eating disorder. Like, I am in remission, but it doesn't mean that the eating disorder is entirely just gone, has vanished. I still have to actively fight against it sometimes. It doesn't really matter what it was. I do have a lot of problems with sudden change or changing my plans. I like to make my plans and stick to those. And I'm not blaming Stefan because those things happen. You know, you go over to people and things happen that you cannot foresee. And so in the end, I debated and then I decided, okay, it's okay. Let's order in, it's fine. And so we did order in, and I ate a bigger amount than usual. I did not fringe or anything, but I did overeat a little bit. And so I started to feel full. And the feeling of being full triggered me into like, oh my god, I'm not feeling good. I'm going to feel sick until tomorrow. Like, all the feelings that I used to have, they sometimes trigger this sort of down-going spiral in where I'm like, oh my god, it's never going to change. I thought I was changing and I'm feeling sick, and this feeling is going to be there until like tomorrow, and then tomorrow I will overeat maybe, and you know, I get very insecure about things and it messes with my head. The rest of the night I was just a little bit out of it. And in the end it got later and later, and instead of going home I decided to sleep over instead of going home, which is also something that I did not prepare for because I was planning on going home. And all those things, it made me go into a really bad place because I stayed the night. I also had to have breakfast over there, my first snack and lunch and all those things. Like, I didn't plan those out. And something like in the future it will maybe be possible to do those things without planning everything out, but for now it's just too soon. And so when I came back home the next day, so yesterday, I was really happy of like, okay, I'm home, let's get back on track. Like I said, I did overeat a little bit, but it wasn't anything too crazy. I did not miss any meals. I did not skip any meals. I did not overeat anything like the next morning or afternoon. And so like, it wasn't a big deal in like reality, in the bigger scheme of it. but it was a big thing like mentally. So I came home and I would edit, like yesterday it was Saturday, today is Sunday. Normally I would come home and edit, but I decided to just take the day off to get my mind back on track. So I did focus very much on eating at the right times, and in the evening I did get some cravings because my times were a little bit off the day before, and then in the morning and the afternoon. I did not end up overeating, which is good. But it took some effort out of me, and I think I handled in a healthy way. I took some time for myself. I read the third book in the Housemaid series. Today I'm doing okay, like eating is back to schedule, but I still feel a little bit of like the remainder of like, ugh. Something that I am going to do today, and I also did yesterday, which is really important to me to get back on track, is really eat my meals at the proper times. So in therapy, I learned that I eat my meals with 3 or 4 hours in between them. And I do notice it, like, okay, this, I feel a little bit better than I did yesterday, but it can take up to 2 or 3 days before I'm back into like, okay, this has passed and I'm really in control again. Like I am in control, but it, like mentally and physically is a total different story. So I just wanted to record a clip, like also when I'm not feeling or doing great, it's important to just film that. I find it important to document it for myself because those are the things that I learned from. And in hindsight, next time when we plan something out, we have to stick to it. Like if we want to order something, that's fine, but then let's just plan it ahead. At least for now, for me, that's really important. So for myself, I took a note of like, whatever we decide on, even if we have decided like we're going to eat out, or we're going to order something in, or we're going to eat this and that, and Stefan has all the ingredients in his house. I learned from this experience, like, even when we have planned out like every single thing what we're going to have and what we're going to eat, I am going to take a backup meal so that if something like this ever happens again, I can just go ahead and say like, you know, it's okay, you can order in, I will have my own meal. And if the other person then's like, yeah, I'm not going to order in for myself, you know, I want to order in together, you know, I'm not going to order in just for myself while you're eating something different, like that's crazy. I really have to learn that people have to take their own responsibility just as I have to take my own responsibility. So I have to take care of myself. Other people also have to take care of themselves. I am totally okay with me eating one meal and then another person ordering in, like eating fries in front of me. Like I'm not that bothered by it. And if it does bother me, like it's my responsibility to get out of that room or to say to the person like, hey, I get a little bit triggered because I am eating this and your fries smell really, really good. So, you know, I'm going to take my plate and I'm going to sit in another room. Like all those things, I know that I'm capable of them. And so, yeah, I looked back on the experience, I analyzed it, and for myself, I made a plan of like, okay, so next time when this happens, this is how I'm going to react. And it's not every time that I make these plans that it always works like immediately. It might happen like 2-3 other times. But in my experience, eventually I learn from these situations, which is really important. So just wanted to share that experience. I'm not feeling the greatest. However, I think it is 2:30 p.m. right now. I think once I'm done editing a little bit more and I've had lunch, I am going to take a shower. I'm going to do some laundry, like some housework. I know that after doing that, I will feel a little bit better. And then I think tonight I will also just relax a little bit. I apparently need it. If I take really good care of myself now, there's a huge chance that I feel even better tomorrow, and that's what I'm aiming for. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I showed you my dinner. No, my lunch. I showed you my lunch, so I'm going to eat. And sorry if this was a little bit of like a downer, but again, I feel it's very important to share those things too. Not everything is perfect, not everything is super easy. Sometimes, you know, you have a little bit of a down day and that's okay. You just get through them and eventually your mood will go up again. And so, yeah. Okay, so this is editing me. What I can say about this day, I have been in therapy for 6 months and it was pretty intensive. However, I have had a big eating disorder since I was about 7 years old. And so unfortunately 6 months cannot erase everything that disorder did to me, especially how it mentally just broke me down over the years. And so in this moment I ate a little bit more than I normally would, which made me feel a little bit more full. And in addition, I made plans and I didn't stick to them, which made me feel a little bit of a loss of control. And the combination of that, it made me kind of panic because, like I said, this has influenced me mentally like so much. It has taken down a lot of self-esteem, the feeling of not being strong enough, not being good enough, not being able to overcome this. And these are the feelings that in these moments where I feel a little bit lost and I also feel a little bit full, which triggers all those times that I did fringe in the past, because it would start with that feeling, and so that all comes flooding back and it makes me into like this really negative place where I'm mostly just really afraid and insecure about, has anything really changed? Like, I think that I changed, but did I really? And I have changed and I am in remission. However, in those moments, those are just my weakest moments where I really am afraid of just falling back into it. And luckily, most of the time, one day later, sometimes two, I feel on track again. Like, I feel in control again and I am being able to just think rationally about all the work that I've put in and the way that I've changed in comparison to what I used to feel like and the behavior that I used to show. I know that I did get better, but in that moment, I couldn't see it and I didn't believe it. And yeah, that's a really dark place to be in. But again, I think it's important to also talk about these things. So yeah, that's just a little bit more in depth of how I felt and where it came from. And yeah, that's just something I wanted to add.
Raafje, ga zitten. Zit. Zit. Jij bent geen raaf. Easy. Good boy. Zit. Good boy. Good boy. I have been filing their nails or grinding their nails for the past few days. And Dobby is a work in progress because Dobby really doesn't like to be touched at his paws and especially not his nails. So I am taking it a little bit slow. Also, that blanket is there because it's really rainy. So every time they come inside, I want to be able to clean their paws. Raven is a little bit easier with me touching his paws. So he has been doing really good. Let me show your nails. Yeah, so these are Raven's nails and they're still pretty long, but like I said in a previous video, so the blood vessel that's inside of their nails, it's also called the quick. The quick can recede. It can be pushed back with regularly clipping and like I'm doing right now, grinding. But it does take some time for the quick to recede to the point where I can clip the nails a little bit shorter every time. But yeah, I am having some progress with them, so that's good. Dobby's nails aren't as short, but we will get there. Hey, don't lick the camera. But I noticed during editing that every time you hear them walk, you hear their little nails like clickety clack on the wood. Just like that. But like I said, Raven's getting better and Dobby, we will keep working on him. I have a lot of patience, so I'm not too worried about it. It will be fine eventually. And I'm also trying to teach them this trick. Blijf, Blijf, ne, where I put a little piece of like a treat on their nose. He's a little bit more impatient, but he's also a lot younger. Ne. Good boy. We will definitely get there. I only have been teaching them this for like maybe 4 days. We eventually will master it. I'm sure of it.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars.